My name is Robert Okello, and I am 21 years old. I want to relate John Osokan and Mrs. Achiro Ellis, the firstborn in the family, 6, from Pade. I grew up with the mess of the war. We couldn't really stay home. When I was coming to know myself in the age of 5 years to 6, war became very hot in Pade. We came to Gulu. Things did not go well still in Gulu because the LRAs could find their ways up to town. We decided to move to Karuma, and from Karuma, life became more and more difficult. I had to come back since we were living with the relatives in Karuma. And when we came back in Gulu, it was in 1997 when I started my primary one. We came and just joined the IDP camps. But as in camps, life was not easy because there were a lot of challenges that you can face from the camps. Education was poor. In 2007, there was the resettlement plan, return people to their home villages. Most of people could not go back to their village. Sometimes you would have grown in town for almost the entire or the rest of your life. So you don't know where your village is. Secondly, you cannot go to the village because most of your parents would have died in the consequence. Nobody would try to admit you because of the greed and the grab for land. It was difficult for me because I have already lost my father. So there was no way, or there is nobody that is supporting the family. And indeed, I had to remain in town. It wasn't so simple of me because when my father died, and being the elder boy in the family, I had to take up responsibilities. My mother is very weak. She could not now manage to keep all the other 5 siblings we have in terms of cater for their school fees, clothings, buy them food, do every other thing. So I had to remain in town, try to study, while also try to do other small petty jobs that could earn me money, with the hope that maybe if I get on first, I would become to help others. And because of that, she persevered and kept and paid my tuition. But it was just by installment because she didn't have money. Today she pays, tomorrow or in the second term to stay at home. The next time they send you away from school because you did not pay. It was just miserable life at the start. I persevered until I sat my UCE. The problem came in to join the advanced level. Instead of joining school, I did not join because I didn't have money. For me to go to school, I must first work by myself, get the money, pay my tuition, rent my house, also help mother give some for the little children that remained at home. When I joined Senior 6, it was such a difficult moment for my life. That was the time that, however much they say, don't give up, I would have given up. I have to search for tuition, to come and attend school, read and prepare for the exam, matching all those. Instead of concentrating at school to pass exams, you're concentrating on other things. But thank God, my life changed in 2009 when I met Malia Plotkin from UTAJ. She told me very many things about UTAJ and how UTAJ is changing lives of people in northern Uganda. And when I met her later, she took me to the Digital Library Center, from where I had also seen light in my life now, because one is I had to learn how to use computer and also learn how to communicate to people outside or in different parts of the world. And the most important thing was I decided to use the internet in the Digital Library Center to research for my subjects I studied. And that gave me a better path in school, to the extent that I became the best student in the school simply because of using the UTouch Digital Library Center, and have really transformed a lot of lives in northern Uganda, including myself. So when I joined UTouch, my life really changed. I didn't know I would go to school. UTouch has developed the peace conferencing activity that helps to solve problems without posting to violence. And as I speak, I am one of the participants of the peace conferencing, that we have already carried on a lot of activities in the peace conferencing activity. It is giving us experiences on how to solve conflicts without violence, e-mentoring to sort out and give advices to many of the people that have been through these decades of the traumatized war. I hope to become a professor, but right now I'm still at the university, being sponsored by UTouch. My future is now bright since I have joined UTouch, and they are catering for my tuition fees. My hope of becoming a professor is very bright now, since um, I have materials at hand. I have the materials fully equipped in the UTouch Digital Library Center. That will help me get every information. It's only in my heart to now work very hard using the UTouch Digital Library Center to get to my future hope or career, to become a professor. And therefore, I really thank the UTouch for coming up with a lot of such resources.
My name is Nyeko Emmanuel. I'm the sixth in our family. I am the second last born. In my experience, I had a number of problems that I've encountered in the course of my life. First, especially in terms of education problems of school fees. Because in our family, we are about 9, and it is an extended family. And from there, my parents were not in the position to be able to pay me at school, and I was at times at home, staying at home, doing other homework that is normally given to me by my parents. And therefore, when I studied, I ended up in A-level, where I could not now continue with my education because my parents could not afford it to pay me, and at the same time there was nobody who could help me. Now, I later started to join other social works, like being a helper in the construction site, and I've been doing that for nearly 4 years. Later on, I joined an organization in the name of ESEC, and I was recruited there as a receptionist. And there, I had a number of challenges, more especially in regard to computer knowledge I was not having, and especially my educational paper that restricted me to a particular work was not there. And therefore, I was being used as a receptionist, but at times they feel that I should no longer be participating in the organization because I was illiterate. Later, I was informed about UTouch. I joined the UTouch from Gulu Youth Center. I managed to undergo a number of courses that is of help to me. One of them is concerning peace conferencing. Through peace conferencing, there are a number of things. We have learned how to handle situations and use the most appropriate means in order to cap out problems that are at hand. And the other thing that is also under UTouch, information and communication technology, and this has helped me a lot, because the first of the challenge that I've been meeting as a receptionist, I think I've, in one way or another, I've now ironed it out, because I'm able to write down this information in computers, like in Microsoft Word. I can do a number of things, and word processing, I'm doing some part of it. I'm improving it. Excel, I can now do things under Excel, and internet communication I'm able, and then PowerPoint presentation I can now do. Now I believe all these is of great help, because when I go out to the world, I will be able to communicate to other people around the world. At least I'm able to communicate. Those are some of the things that are very important that I've learned under UTouch in Gulu. And another thing that we are also learning is e-mentoring, where you communicate, you know how to link up with other people outside and within the country using email facilities, and then video chats, Facebook, and the rest of it. Those are some of the things that I've also learned a lot. Through what I've learned under UTouch, I believe in the future I will be able to do a number of things. Like where there is trouble, I can sort out things, and I can act as a mediator, and at the same time I can give opinion, so I can fall in between solving the problems. Now at the same time, through what I've learned, really according to my zeal, according to my understanding, according to the future events that I would like to do, especially in regard to my exposure. Sometimes back I've been watching news from outside world, like Europe, America, and the rest of the continent. And I found out that agriculture is one of the most important business that one could conduct. And it now involves ICT, information and communication technology, where you can also just operate equipment, structures, engine drone implements using computers. And the research that I normally do under ICT using the Internet Explorer, I've also found a number of information that I think would grant me to communicate to the outside world, and then bring the ideas how my farming outlook should be like. And I'll be able to communicate to them, and then find the alternative means of how I can apply it in Africa, in Uganda here. I believe I will do this to the best of my ability, because even under UTouch, we are having free internet services which are offered to us. And through it, I will be able to continually communicate to the outside world, to the other outside companies, and through them, I'll be able to gather information, make research in one way or another, and then develop my skills in my future work plan. And then all these things will get into work, because I believe the outside world, and together with me within here, when I'm communicating, I will be able to bring in ideas, to pull information around, and then let it come into real work.
I'm Hayley Nayero, one of the beneficiaries in the High City Resource Center. Was so pleased and happy to get this opportunity in the High City Center, Gulu. I'm proud that I can be able to be a secretary in anybody's office. I can enter data in a computer. I'm able to type and do many other things in the computer. So I'm proud of that. I appreciate those one who has made us to benefit, and it's my prayer that they should continue providing this fund so that many people can still benefit out of this. Again, I'm so glad that I joined the Youth Touch conference. We are getting a lot. We raise many other things. We talk about it. We have been talking on the defilement, HIV/AIDS, LRA war in Acholi land. So we were trying to get the resolution on those issues that we have raised. As myself, I'm so confident to talk before people, to solve issues, or to how to go about things that may come around. I'm so bold. I can settle issues in the community. I'll be a leader in some times or in some years to come in Uganda. So I'm so grateful. Not only that, I want also to give an appreciation to, those one in USA for bringing us a good lady that is dead. She is so friendly, she is sisterly, she is motherly, so she is always so pleased of us. She is proud of us. We are also proud of her.
I'm called Dennis Lapien. I'm a student who is learning IT in AMREF Center. I want to take this time to thank the management for having brought for us this program of IT training, because I've been seeing computers from others and how they operate, and I was not even in the position to know even how to press or handle the mouse. But since I joined UTouch, I found myself as saying, because when I entered into the center, I found a lot of computers and even good IT trainers by the name Sal. I can now operate computers very well, and I can even now use internet. I can even go and carry out the recharge from the internet direct. Before that, I don't know even how to open the internet and how it looked like. I was only hearing from people, but now I can just go and operate it myself. I can even recharge for what I want. And the UTouch program, we have Peace Conferencing Club. I'm also the member, and I'm seeing the benefit of that into my life, because I can just go in the community where there is conflict. I can just solve due to knowledge which I have got from that, from Peace Conferencing Club. Because with the Peace Conferencing Club, we just discuss matters which bring about tension or rivalry or conflicts. So with the UTouch, it is now making our eyes open, because before we were just thinking that to solve conflict, it needs you first to go and maybe study a course. But for us, we don't even need to have a degree, but just the matter of just talking and just discussing, that's when you take just the access of solving problems in the community. We have also this program called e-mentoring. E-mentoring is now assisting people. With this program, we are going to learn more and more, and we are going to just keep on benefiting from it, because we have seen how it is now making change into people's life. This has made a big change into myself or into my life. We do call upon those who are now sponsoring UTouch program to make sure they bring in more programs, because we have here many youths who are just there at home, just redundant, doing nothing. But if we have such a center like this one, they can just come and train. I'm a student, and I'm looking into how I should just continue with my study, because I want to be an accountant. And not only that, I want, if possible, I should have my computer center somewhere, whereby if maybe I'm in school, that center will just help me getting me money for paying my school fees.
I'm by the name Doreen. I'm a student who is getting some training from AMREF, and I actually thank the UTouch organization for organizing for us this training. Training is helping me. I was just there at home doing even nothing because I dropped out from school due to the school fees reasons, and actually I conceived, and then after my delivery it was like life became hard. I had even nothing to do because everywhere I go I wanted to get work, and I have no knowledge of computer. Because everywhere I go I get work, they just ask me if I have any knowledge of computer. But after me joining the U-Touch, I can now do certain things like typing, scanning, and I believe if I get more help, I will do a lot much better than the way I am now. I've even learned things like life skill training, health education, and through life skill training, in fact, I've got a lot which has helped me to solve like certain matters among others and even within myself, and it has actually changed my life totally to know that everything that happens to you, both negative and positively, can be solved, and to handle certain matters. And I've also joined peace conferencing team here. I believe after my training here, I'll get some job to do like secretarial, hand money to take care of myself and my daughter, save little money that I will be getting. I will go back to school. I actually feel that at least there's a great difference in me before joining the U-Touch. At least I've become someone better than where I was before, of which I'm happy for that. I also hope to get help from you people, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Thank you for the great things you people have done for us.
My name is Dr. Stephen, and I'm a college student living in Kulu. I'm in a family of 6, and I'm the firstborn. I have a number of challenges that I'm facing in life in regards to education, health, access to basic needs, and other requirements of life. Especially, I can talk of education, challenges regarding to education, because when we moved to the camp during the insurgency, we could hardly attend classes because the place was insecure, really, in the village where I used to stay. And then we had poor sanitation, living in a crowded place in the camp. And then also other basic requirements like feeding was not proper. So that was a challenge with the war and life in the camp. When I finished my primary, I moved to high school and started senior 1. Though I'm going on with my education, there are still challenges that I face. And then coming to U-Touch, I came to know about it in the year 2009 when I was brought to the U-Touch Digital Center Gulu, and then I was trained ICT, and now I have that skill. And then besides that, at the center, I also got trained in health skills. That has helped me a lot to live healthy. There is a peace conferencing at the center that I was also taught the skills, and that has also helped me a lot. And I've gotten to know how to solve conflicts that always arise in the community. And also it has also helped other students that are participating in the program, peace conferencing. they're now aware of what can be done when some conflict arises, maybe in their families, communities, and then maybe around them where they stay. I'm a mediator of the peace conferencing group at the Gulu Library Center, and it's helping a lot. And I hope it will help me build that courage of being a good mediator, and I hope one day I would be a mediator in the government peace program, and also I think the peace conferencing program would also give me that courage to have the confidence in presenting on issues relating to conflict before my colleagues in the society, maybe at school and other places. So, and also, if I go back to the ICT, it has also helped me a lot in my education, because you know the level where I'm at, always we are given assignments and you are asked to do research. So I always carry out my research from the center, and that has made my work easier. And that has improved my education and grades at school. Because I always come at the center, I'm even able to type all my work, print, and then present them all from the center, and then I just move them to school. So that has helped a lot improve my life as far as education is concerned. My future plan is I want to be some mediator with the government. I think that peace conferencing program is going to help me a lot, and I think I will achieve that dream in the future. And I want to become a leader also. Then I think from there I can build that courage and have the confidence of being a good leader in the future. I would also like to send my appreciation to all the members of the UTouch, the donors, for their wonderful work they are doing. We expect them to continue with the spirit and improve it further. I would also like to thank Deborah Plotkin, warm mother, because she has done a lot actually, bringing in this UTouch project in the north, and now planning to expand it in all parts or all regions of the country. A very, very wonderful work that she's doing.